Hi guys, I hope you're all good. If I'm seeming a bit cheery, it's because university first year is officially over. I just handed in my last assignment, and good luck to everyone that is studying for exams. Fortunately for me this year, I actually don't have any exams. It's to do with my course, but I know in psychology I have them next year. So, I thought I would make a video on 13 ways that I help try and lead a more positive life, because for me, I get quite scared when it comes to the summer because it's such a free amount of time for me. It's like 4 months, and last summer was one of the worst summers that I've ever had, because I was so depressed. I didn't do anything, and I feel like I wanted to really plan out this summer, like how I wanted it to go, because I just wanted to make sure that I don't fall in to the same kind of routine and like part of depression that I was like in last summer. So yeah, I'm just going to start off with these tips, and I really hope they help you, and yeah, I'll get on with it. So the first tip I have for you guys is to remember that we're human. We're not supposed to be feeling 100% bright and happy, fun and shiny 24/7. There are going to be times that we feel negative, but it's how we choose to deal with that negativity. For me, how I choose, like when I'm sad, I will generally go to the gym or I will read, because I love reading, and when I read I like zone out and I can just like go for hours. It's just crazy. But yeah, just remember that there are days that we're never going to be feeling like that, we're not going to be feeling happy, and you just kind of have to embrace that as well. The next tip I have for you guys is to read up on like positivity and books. I have a couple of books that I wanted to show you. One of them I don't have with me. I can't remember the name of it, but it's to do with like meditation and breathing exercises, which is really good if you kind of struggle with panic attacks or stress. This book my mum got me when I was in, I don't know if it's selling, it's called Chicken Soup for the Teenage Soul. My mum got it for me when I was in high school and I was getting bullied, and it's just one of those books which has all these really nice positive stories, and it's kind of that feel-good book. And another one I have is this one that I'm currently reading. It's called The Happiness Trap. It's really good. It's for a revolutionary mindfulness-based program for overcoming stress, anxiety, and depression. So it is really good, and it teaches me some like really good like positivity kind of skills. So yeah, read up on positivity, because there's a lot of information out there that is really useful, that is, like doctors have written and stuff like that in books. And for me, it's quite good, because as I do psychology as my degree, sometimes I come across stuff which I'm like, I could actually use that in my life. So yeah, definitely read up on it. If you have a Kindle, you could just add, there's quite a lot of free books on the Kindle store, so yeah, that's another tip. Another tip is, I actually mentioned this in another video, but to have a routine. If you don't have a routine and you suffer from depression, it will make you feel 10 times worse. And I mentioned in my other video, for me, that my routine is very simple. So I will wake up, I will go to the gym, I will study. Well, now I don't have to study anymore because uni's over. But, instead of university, like I'm going to be working. So, having a routine, it will keep you occupied, because for people with depression, keeping yourself occupied is really good to just make sure that you kind of just aren't thinking negative all the time. And it also, having a routine, like, it makes you feel so much more positive about your day, because you're like, I've actually done something today, like I've followed a pattern. And once you've had like one day of being in a full routine, like, you will never go back. Like, it just feels so good. Because there are some days when I don't follow my routine, and I will just wake up and sit in bed, and that's just because I'm really not feeling good that day. But that will make me feel 10 times worse. If you have a routine, remember, if you are suffering from depression really badly, like I said before, Your routine shouldn't be too much because you don't want to be disappointing yourself if you don't reach your goals. So set small goals and hopefully you can achieve them. And another tip I have is to stop saying that you're going to start tomorrow and start saying that you'll start from now. Because in that moment that you choose to say, oh, you start from tomorrow, you actually kind of feel positive already because you're like, oh yeah, I'll start tomorrow, whether it's weight loss, gym, studying. You're already in that positive mentality, so just start it from there, because then at least from tomorrow, because then you'll wake up tomorrow and you might just feel like, oh, I don't want to do it anymore, and then you'll just be negative and like depressed. So when you want to start, you know, if you want to start studying better, start from the moment. Don't keep on like, because I mean, it's good to plan, like I said, it's good to have a routine, but there's no point in having a routine if you're not going to do it. So start from the moment. Another tip that I have is to stop regretting stuff that you've done in the past. This is something that, you know, that I do quite often. You know, you can't help regretting stuff that you've done, but at the end of the day, like, if you regret it, you've kind of changed in that period of time. Like, if you regret it, you wouldn't do the same thing if you could go back. So that shows a change, like a positive change. And also remember, you are changing, you grow, you develop. And for me, like, if I feel really bad, I will generally pray, because I don't see the point. If I'm regretting something, I feel like, okay, well, let me do something positive in this moment of time. Let me pray and pray for forgiveness. But yeah, just remember, you can't change it. Whatever's happened has happened, and the only thing you can do from that moment is grow. So just try not to bug yourself. And I generally do it at night. I bug myself at night, like, because that's the worst time. It's like you have nothing to do and you just think really negatively at night. And so just try not to, just remember you're not the same person that you were. And another tip I have is that I keep a folder of really like positive quotes in my phone, where I used to keep like really negative, deep quotes in a folder on my phone. I used to think, isn't this probably one of the things that is making me more depressed? It would make me think of the past and all this kind of stuff. And often when I'm on the internet or on anything on YouTube and I hear a quote, or I'm reading a book generally and I see something that I love, I will write it in my diary or I'll write it in a notebook. And so one of my other tips is kind of just wide tips, but it's like taking care of yourself, taking care of your soul, like of who you are. And, you know, for me, like, taking care of myself, when I think of that, I think of all the things that I am not good at doing when it comes to not, like, taking care of myself, which is hygiene, sort of changing who I am, and just constantly judging myself. And to take care of your soul and like your mental state, you should write like a list of like all the things that you feel like you need to change. And so on a daily basis, just look at it, and just, it will make you feel better, but it will just know that you are taking care of yourself as well inside. Because I feel like that's one of the most important things. If you don't take care of yourself, like who you are as a person, like if I didn't, then I would constantly be having breakdowns. I'm not saying that I don't have them, but I have them less frequently because I try my best to take care of myself in every possible way. Another tip I have for leading a more positive life is reinventing yourself. So it can be like through your style. Like I love completely, whether that's like changing my wardrobe, my makeup style, like my jewelry style, my eyebrows, anything. It's just so fun to reinvent yourself. Now when I say reinventing yourself, it doesn't just have to be appearance wise, it could be within you as well. But I love taking those journeys where I reinvent myself, like physically, appearance wise, and mentally as a person. because it just feels like you completely change, but in such a positive way. So, and also it's a nice time as well in the summer to reinvent yourself. It's like 4 months. So yeah, and then it's nice sometimes because then you can look at who you were. Like, sometimes I have pictures of myself. Not that I judge myself by pictures, but you know, sometimes I'm proud of the progress I've made, like in the gym. Like, so I look at the pictures of before, and it just shows like how you can reinvent and change yourself, and it's just so fun. So yeah, definitely, if you want to reinvent yourself physically, mentally, do it. You've got the whole summer to do it, or you can just do it whenever you want. So yeah, that's another tip that I have. So another tip I have is to take each day at a time, because sometimes we make plans and we get very, very excited about it, or we get excited about being more positive, or we get excited about going to the gym and stuff like this, or we get excited about studying better. But remember, it's not going to be like that, like you're going to change in an instant. Like, every day I wake up in the morning and I just breathe in and out and I say, I'm taking this day, I'm taking each day at a time, breathe in that. Because for me, when it comes to mental change, appearance change, like physical, like stuff like weight loss or gym, I can be very, very impatient. And so just remember to just take each day at a time, and just don't expect the change, whether that's mental or physical, to be overnight. You have to be patient with it. But it's so much more satisfying when it's over time, because it shows how you've stuck to it, like you've mentally stuck to it. So like for me, for example, whether that's to do with my studying, or I'll give an example, like when I go to the gym, you know, I did like a fitness plan for like 3 months, and majority of that is mental, and sometimes I think, wow, I'm really proud of myself that I stuck to it. So socializing as well is another really important part, I feel, of staying positive. I think for me, I used to think that I loved being by myself 24/7, and I think the reason why in general we love being by ourselves is because that's when we can be our most authentic self. Like, we don't have to put a mask on, we can just chill, we can be ourselves, we don't have to do anything, we don't have to hide. But even though I like that being the most authentic, like, part of myself when I'm at home, or I'm like chilling or watching Netflix or doing anything like that, it isn't good for you to just be by yourself 24/7. And remember, there are people that love and care about you and probably want to hang out with you. And I actually, like, I love hanging out with my friends and stuff like that, but when I'm depressed, I don't really want to go out of the house. But try and push yourself to just go out there and socialize. And if you don't want to be with your friends, if you don't want to be with your family, that's okay. And the reason I'm saying it's okay is because there are times that I am like that as well, so I'm not going to push it and say that's what you have to do. But at least get out of the house and go somewhere, and just don't be stuck in like the same routine. Another thing I would say is to keep a journal. This is something where I'm like, oh, because it's just sometimes you can't be bothered writing. If you don't want to write in like physically, you could just write in the notes on your phone, if you have an iPhone or any phone or anything. But I feel like it's really good, because if you're having a positive day, then you can look back on it, and then also you can see what is working for you. Like, if you want to change yourself mentally, or you want to live a more positive life, if you keep a track of like your days, and then you can have a look at your most positive days and see, maybe there's something that I did on that particular day that made the outcome of it more positive. So yeah, keeping a diary is really good. And if you want to make it more like creative, you can put some like quotes in there and stuff like that. Like, if I'm writing in my diary, I will usually put like a positive quote in there. It just makes me feel better about my day. But yeah, I hope that one helped. Another tip that I have is to not compare yourself to people that you see on social media. Rather than like being like, oh, I wish I had her legs, or I wish I had her skin, or I wish I had her hair, just admire the beauty. Just be like, wow, she's beautiful, but so am I. Like, comparing yourself, it's so sad, because like, we're all so unique, and like our beauty is so unique, and it's like we shouldn't be comparing ourselves. We should just learn to be the best version of ourselves that we can be, physically, mentally, emotionally, all these kind of ones. But yeah. So the last tip that I have, guys, is to make a list of things that you love about yourself and make a list of improvements that you want to make. So in case you want to get inspired, I've got a list here of all the things that I love about myself and all the improvements that I want to make. So I'm going to read them out to you. So the things that I love about myself mentally is my caring ability, is my heart, and for physically, I would say that I'm tall and that I come from a curvy family, and I embrace that. Now, I know that this doesn't seem too big, but these are things that will give me boosts on like bad days. And for improvements, I have put that I want to get more toned. That's like physical. That's the only physical one that I really want. And mentally is to spend more time with family, to become more religious, to learn to love myself, and to not be so moody, and to be more caring towards others, and to, sorry that cut off, to be more caring to others, and to allow myself to be selfish sometimes. So I hope that this video has helped you guys, and if you need any more positive tips or anything, or you have any positive tips that have helped you to lead a more positive life, leave them in the comments below. If you have any video suggestions or anything, let me know, because I'm going to be free this summer, so I'm really hoping to stick to YouTube and just make lots and lots of more videos on positivity and self-love. Remember, I'm always here for you guys. If you need someone to talk to, don't feel embarrassed about popping up on any of my social media. And yeah, that's probably it. I'm gonna go now, and I hope you guys have a really good weekend. So bye.